Have you ever heard a specific song and instantly felt a wave of nostalgia or dread? Or smelled something and suddenly you're back in your childhood kitchen? That's not a coincidence. That's your brain running one of the most well-documented processes in all of psychology, classical conditioning. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how it works, using the experiment that started it all, and then show you 3 places it's quietly shaping your everyday life right now. Let's get into it. Classical conditioning was discovered, almost by accident, by a Russian physiologist named Ivan Pavlov in the 1890s. Pavlov wasn't even studying learning. He was studying digestion in dogs, measuring how much they salivated when given food. But he noticed something strange. After a while, his dogs started salivating before the food even arrived, just at the sound of his assistant's footsteps. Pavlov realized the dogs had learned to associate a neutral sound with the arrival of food. So he tested it directly. He rang a bell right before feeding the dogs, over and over. Eventually, the bell alone, with no food at all, made them salivate. That's the whole mechanism in one image. A neutral signal, paired repeatedly with something meaningful, becomes powerful all on its own. To really use this concept, you need 4 terms, and I promise they're simpler than they sound. 1. Unconditioned stimulus. Something that naturally triggers a response, no learning required. For the dogs, that's the food. 2. Unconditioned response. The automatic reaction to that stimulus. Salivating at the sight of food. 3. Conditioned stimulus. The neutral thing that gets paired with the natural trigger. The bell. 4. Conditioned response. The learned reaction, salivating at the bell alone, even with no food present. Neutral stimulus, paired repeatedly with a natural trigger, eventually produces the same response by itself. That's classical conditioning, full stop. Here's why this 130-year-old dog experiment still matters. Advertising runs on this constantly, pairing a product with music, humor, or attractive people until the product alone starts triggering a positive feeling. Phobias often form this way too. Psychologist John Watson's controversial Little Albert experiment showed a child could be conditioned to fear a white rat simply by pairing it with a loud, frightening noise. And on the flip side, therapists use this same principle to treat anxiety and phobias through a process called systematic desensitization, pairing a feared stimulus with relaxation instead of fear, gradually rewiring the association. Your phone's notification chime, that specific restaurant smell that makes you hungry, even the anxiety some people feel just walking into a dentist's office. All classical conditioning, quietly running in the background of your daily life. So to recap, classical conditioning is learning through association. Pair a neutral stimulus with something meaningful, repeat it enough times, and the neutral thing alone starts producing the response. It explains everything from Pavlov's drooling dogs to why a jingle gets stuck in your head and makes you want fast food at 11 p.m. If this made one thing click for you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe if you want more psychology breakdowns like this one. And if you know someone who'd find this interesting, share it with them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.